are you going to be a year or two from now?
A year or two from now, I'll be the best boxer to ever lace up a pair of boxing gloves.
So good, that sun is shining. Chillin' with my feet kicked up like I ain't trying.
Adrian Broner. And again, this is why it's hard for me to accept these things.
I've been on game like EA. Sipping too soon, that pregame.
And he said, I can't believe this boy. So what's up? He said, now he wants to fight contract.
She just tapped in like relay. Yeah, it's on me like prepaid. If you ain't hip, you adios. I just feel like
I'm already there at 23, 24. I just turned 24. 3-time world champion in 3 different weight classes.
I just went in, yeah, and I ain't look back. I got these wins, yeah, and the vibes on that.
You know, I'm the closest thing to Floyd Mayweather, and still to this day, I'm the closest thing to him.
Not many professional boxers today are renowned for making significant achievements at a young age. This sport requires dedication and sacrifice for years, and unlike in other sports like football, it's very unlikely for a boxer to have significant achievements at an early age. Meet Adrian Broner, the Cincinnati native boxer who held an impressive record that included titles in 4 boxing weight classes: WBO welterweight, WBO light welterweight, WBS lightweight, and the WBO junior lightweight. The problem: started boxing at 6 years old, so early that he arguably learned how to box first and then how to read. Boxing wasn't just a sport for Broner. He openly admitted that boxing saved him from a life on the streets.
A lot of people don't even know, man. They look at me now and they like, oh, they gave it to him, man. Ain't nobody never gave me shit. Ain't nobody never gave me nothing. They don't know what I went through to get to where I am. My family, they've been putting the boxing gloves on me since I was about 4 years old.
This boxer is famous for his fascinating skill set, including a hard left body shot and a lightning quick right uppercut. Being confident and flashy while blessed with power and speed, Adrian conquered a 4th weight class at 140 pounds. Broner was a problematic kid who got himself in a lot of trouble on the streets, and due to that behavior, his parents nicknamed him the Problem. Adrian had a choice to keep getting involved with gangs at a young age or move his focus and energy elsewhere. He made the right decision and now credits boxing for pulling him away from that lifestyle. Before his debut in professional boxing on May 31st, 2008, Adrian Broner was already forged in boxing. He was an elite athlete with an impressive amateur boxing record of 319 and finished 3rd in the 2005 National Junior Olympics. Broner made his pro debut in his home state, Ohio, in May 2008 at the age of 19. All those fights in his amateur days turned Adrian into a knockout machine that smoked his first opponent, Alante Davis, in only 32 seconds, and also demolished the next 2 opponents, David Warren Huffman and Ramon Flores, also in the first round.
Listen, man, they call me the Problem, but you could call me the Can Man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.
On the undercard of the Paulie Malignaggi vs. Ricky Hatton fight, Broner faced Terrence Jett and won by a stoppage in the 6th round. In Broner's 5th professional fight against Eric Ricker, his problematic behavior was fully displayed. This fight could have caused his first loss on his resume after Broner pushed Ricker out of the ring, although the initial decision was a DQ win for Ricker later on. The fight was ruled a no contest decision. In his next fight against Jose Alfredo Lugo, the Problem saw the judges' scores for the first time, and in his next bout, he will face Eric Ricker again to settle the score. This time, Broner controlled his temper and won that fight via unanimous decision. 3 weeks later, Adrian fought and stopped Angel Rodriguez in the 4th round, while in his 8th fight, he won a hard-fought battle with Fernando Quintero in a bout that could go either way on the scorecards. In his next fight, Broner faced the Australian William Kickett, outclassing him while scoring a 6th-round knockout.
Rounds. Now he's on the front foot, Broner. Oh, and it finds a fantastic shot. Brilliant that again. Left hand.
On the Paul Malignaggi vs. Juan Diaz undercard in Houston, Adrian finished Edgar Portillo in the 1st round effortlessly. In the same year, 2009, the Cincinnati native beat Henry White Jr. via knockout and finished his busy year in an easily won fight against Tommy Atencio. 2010 was not much different for the Problem. On January 23, 2010, Broner stopped Roberto Acevedo in the 4th round and smoked his next 4 opponents within the year. The unlucky names on his hit list were Rafael Lora, Carlos Claudio, Guillermo Sanchez, and Elito Julio, finishing them all before the final bell. The fight against Carlos Claudio earned him the vacant WBC Youth Intercontinental Super Featherweight title.
Presents the co-featured bout of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing.
The former super bantamweight champion Daniel Ponce de Leon was Adrian's first significant step up in weight. In a back and forth fight, the Cincinnati native won via controversial unanimous decision. Broner started slowly in the fight and was unable to land clean shots due to the high-level defense of De Leon. Nevertheless, Broner managed to hurt De Leon with a body shot in the 4th but slowed down in the middle and later rounds. Although De Leon was the busier fighter, Adrian landed cleaner shots that won him the decision.
To 99, all 3 for the winner by unanimous decision. The Cincinnati Kid, Adrian, the Problem Broner.
Broner's next fight was on HBO's Boxing. And he took on the top 10 super featherweight contender, Jason Litzow. Unlike his last fight, the Problem had just another day in the office kind of fight this time.
It looks like it's going to be a sensational fight at junior lightweight tonight, with the winner possibly moving up very high in the ratings.
Hurting the Minnesotan badly in the 1st round with high-level combos on the ropes, including straight right, left hook, and then an uppercut from hell. The referee had seen enough and jumped in to stop the fight at the end of the 1st round. Although the next fighter on Adrian's radar was the former WBO super featherweight champion, Ricky Burns.
Ricky Burns is a pretty exceptional fighter.
Broner had to compromise and fight contender Vicente Martin Rodriguez on the undercard of the Saul Alvarez versus Kermit Cintron fight on HBO.
Where 154-pound titleist Canelo Alvarez, one of the sport's fastest rising young stars, matches up with Kermit Cintron.
Broner beat Rodriguez convincingly by a knockout in the 3rd round. In a victory that earned him the vacant WBO Super Featherweight World title, Broner defended his WBO belt against the mandatory challenger, Eloy Perez, in another HBO televised card. The Cincinnati native had complete control throughout the fight, wearing Perez down before finishing him with a stiff hand followed by another right hand.
Developing a fan base not only in Cincinnati but here in St. Louis. Good straight right hand, and down goes Perez.
On July 21, 2012, at his home in Cincinnati, Adrian was scheduled to fight the super featherweight contender Vicente Escobedo. Although Broner won that fight by a 5th round TKO when Vicente's corner threw in the towel. That victory was a bittersweet moment for the Problem, considering that he was stripped of the title due to not making weight. In November 2012, the Problem made his 135-pound debut against Antonio DeMarco in Atlantic City, New Jersey, with the WBC lightweight title on the line. Broner entered that fight very intelligently, using his defense, speed, and power as a tool to outsmart and frustrate DeMarco. Adrian hurt the champion in the 8th round with a fluid combination before knocking him down with his significant punch, the uppercut.
Pop shots. Well, it looks almost like he's trying to tire Broner out by taking punches. Down goes
Antonio's corner stopped the fight and saved their fighter from receiving further punishment, allowing Broner to win his 2nd world title in 2 different weight classes, after making simple work of defending his championship against Gavin Reese by TKO in the 5th round.
Букмекеры не давали никакого вообще sure Shawn said.
The Problem went up 2 weight classes to challenge the 147-pound champion, Paulie Malignaggi, in a fight that took place in Brooklyn, New York. Adrian outboxed Malignaggi in a back and forth fight, winning the bout via split decision, and with that earning his 3rd world title in 3 different weight classes.
Negative. I'm good. I beat Paulie. I left with his belt and his girl.
Considering that he won all those titles in less than 2 years is truly incredible, and it shows how great of a boxer Adrian Broner is. When you fight at this level against the best in the world, it's only a matter of time until you suffer the first defeat, unless you are Floyd Mayweather or Rocky Marciano. That being said, in his first 147-pound title defense against Marcos Maidana, Broner suffered his first professional loss via a 12-round unanimous decision.
We have a unanimous decision. Here the score totals.
There was no doubt that he lost that fight, although he was a 5-1 favorite.
All 3 in favor of the winner and the new welterweight champion of the world.
Adrian was knocked down for the first time in his career in the 2nd and 8th rounds, and the fight was labeled as the Ring's upset of the year.
Everybody moving, there's no silence, bad little thing. She good vibing, make it go drip, drip, drip like an island. I know.
Nevertheless, Broner remained confident and composed, and it seemed that he was beaten but not defeated. I would beat Maidana 9 times if we fought 10, or 99 times if we fought 100, but he got me on that one night. But I took my beating, and I didn't give in, Broner told Yahoo Sports confidently.
We're gonna be okay. My next fight, I hope I fight Maidana. But if I don't, it's okay.
I believe I showed a lot more in that fight, taking that loss than I did in my biggest wins. I got off the canvas and turned the fight around. I fought my ass off when it would have been easy for me to go, oh, this isn't my night.
He threw a weird shot. It looked like he was coming to the body, but he came up top and ooh, shit. Like, good shot. But I got up though.
Maybe next time. I didn't do that. I fought, elaborated Broner, indicating that he will be back better than ever. In the next fight, the Problem dropped down to 140 pounds and won convincingly against Carlos Molina via a 10-round unanimous decision. Then in September 2014, he knocked down Emmanuel Taylor in the last seconds of the final round.
Good work by Adrian Broner, and the crowd here loving every second of it.
Taylor was edged out on the scorecards by the Problem.
20 seconds left. Broner, and he knocks him down in the 12th with a beautiful right uppercut. Wow!
Who won another unanimous decision victory.
After 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals.
In a 12-round bout against John Molina Jr. at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas on March 7, 2015, Broner won the first bout in Premier Boxing Champions history, even though he didn't finish the opponent before the final bell.
Keep boxing.
Adrian was dominant through the whole fight, winning almost every round before a national television audience in prime time on NBC.
Broner got ready to put his man away, started to put his punches together. Hook.
Not only did competing on national television increase his reputation and appeal, but this victory also moved him closer to earning a world title in a 4th different weight division. On June 20th, 2015. In a primetime headline bout on NBC, Broner returned in a 144-pound catchweight fight against Shawn Porter. Porter pressed the action in the early rounds, pressuring the Cincinnati native against the ropes. Broner had his moment in the middle rounds, catching Porter with some clean shots.
This is the biggest moment of the fight for Adrian Broner. He feints the jab, leaps around the defense of Shawn Porter, lands the left hook.
Although Adrian knocked Porter to the canvas with a vicious left hook in the final round, it still wasn't enough to win. Porter was slightly better through the fight.
Point could be so critical.
Nice counter left hook by Adrian on the inside. You see Shawn starting to work to get on the inside.
And won the bout unanimously.
The winner by unanimous decision, Showtime, Shawn!
Broner took that loss as a learning experience and returned to action better than ever in his next fight. He faced the Russian two-time world title challenger, Khabib Alakirdiv. The Russian was never knocked out in a fight before, and it seemed that if Broner were to win this fight, it would be on the scorecards.
There's a check hook by Broner.
He's trying to punch.
However, the problem had different plans that night and knocked Alakirdiv out in the 12th round.
Good body shot indeed in the right hand. Left hook, right uppercut. Broner, and that's enough.
Earning the vacant WBA crown with that TKO victory.
Blocks Berdiev and then stops him with the TKO in the 12th round.
Broner ended his 32-month knockout drought, although Adrian scored a 9th-round TKO victory over his next opponent, Ashley Theophane. He lost the title at the scales again by not making weight.
And another right hand lands. Theophane can't see it, can't stop it, and Broner goes for the kill. And that's it.
In February 2017, the problem returned to his native Cincinnati to face the dangerous brawler and former sparring partner, Adrian Granados, in a welterweight bout at the Cintas Center. Since these two fighters trained together and were close friends, they knew each other very well. Granados knew that Broner's kryptonite was aggressive opponents, so he entered that bout aggressively, pressing the action throughout the fight. On the other hand, Broner did not come unprepared and was ready for such a scenario. The Cincinnati native countered Granados' attacks with well-timed left hooks and right uppercuts, managing to neutralize the pressure. In a battle of technical exchange, Broner edged his friend on the scorecards, winning a 10-round split decision victory.
In favor of the winner by split decision, Adrian the Problem.
In July 2017, Broner faced the undefeated future 4-division champ, Mikey Garcia, but lost that bout on the judges' scores. In the next fight, Adrian battled the 2-division champion, Jesse Vargas, in a crowd-pleasing fight.
Great crowd on hand here at Barclays Center here in Brooklyn.
Both fighters showed a lot of heart and grit to win, ending the bout in a draw.
Vargas, I got him, and he slips. Oh, Bagger! Broner letting his hands go!
This epic battle set Broner up for a clash.
I'm ready to fight right now, boo. Come on, man. Your face cut up. You need peroxide. You need peroxide and alcohol.
You need to settle down.
Clash with 8th-division champion Manny Pacquiao on January 19, 2019, in a welterweight title bout at MGM Grand in Las Vegas, live on Showtime pay-per-view. The 29-year-old Adrian faced the legendary Filipino, although he had his moments during the fight. He lost the bout to Pacquiao via unanimous decision.
In favor of the winner, and still WBA welterweight champion of the world.
Look at my last 5 fights. I fought champion after champion after champion after champion. And if they ask me to fight anybody that's a champion right now, I'm going to fight them. In every fight, you can improve something. I will go watch the fight, and we are going right back to the gym, Broner said, recalling the loss.
Hey, I'm 3-3-1 my last 7, but I'll be 7-0 against you.
After 2 years of layoff, Broner returned to the ring against Giovanni Santiago in a welterweight bout headlining a Showtime Championship boxing triple header.
On here to Giovanni Santiago. Oh, wait a minute.
The 2 years of absence did not matter, considering that Broner dominated the fight and won another unanimous decision victory.
Adrian the Problem.
Adrian Broner.
Before his last professional fight against Giovanni Santiago, the Problem confessed that he was in a dark place and was prone to alcohol daily.
Man, I was Cincinnati. Yeah, I was in a state of mind, and I really didn't care as long as I had some liquor.
What was that first workout back?
This way of life mandated him into a rehabilitation program. Thanks to his love for boxing, he got into a much better mindset and credited boxing for saving him from a slump once again. I say this thing.
And
then what'd you do next day?
Went back to the gym.
Okay, all right.
Went back to the gym, and after the gym, got drunk.
Yep.
Work or die. I've been saying it a lot recently. Sometimes you've just got to look in the mirror and say F it. Don't think about anything else. Just go to work, no matter how your body feels or what emotions you're feeling that day. Broner told Mirror Fighting, I'm in a good place. I look at myself in the mirror and tell myself, let's get at it. So that's what I've been on. Once you get into the routine and your body gets used to working out intensely every day, I've been doing this since I was 6 years old. This is definitely the second half of my career, and I'm going to make sure we do it right, elaborated Broner while crediting boxing for saving him from self-destruction. After a tumultuous few years filled with personal demons and professional setbacks, our protagonist is finally ready to step back into the ring. On February 25th, the world will witness the comeback of a fighter determined to prove that he's still got what it takes, both physically and mentally. Whether the outcome be triumph or defeat, Adrian Broner remains steadfast in his grace and determination.